Hi there and welcome. My name is Bertie Leroux. I'm a transformational coach, thought leading mentor, and international speaker and author. What I love most is spending time with people, sharing my beliefs, my wisdom, my experiences, most of them gained through interaction with the University of Life. You know that your education is mere a foundation. You build on that with your life experiences and the application of what you've been taught and what you've learned. We've spoken about taking control of your lives through enhancing self-belief, understanding the concepts of self-growth, appreciating the fact that you are born unique and therefore entitled to live a life of invincibility. In order to stand out in the crowd through your uniqueness. But unfortunately, for many reasons, we have covered and shall be covering in the future as well. Whilst we were born unique, gifted unique, some of us never find our gifts. So we don't never develop them and grow them. So we never become what we have set out to be. Today I want to talk to you about unleashing your invincibility. And we said that invincibility comes with understanding your strengths, your innate strength, your self-belief, and everything goes with that. You're understanding everything about yourself, that you can go and understanding where you're going, having clear vision, understand your passion and your purpose. So you're en route to become very successful. But the question is, this invincibility, how can you embrace it and walk the talk throughout your life with every person that comes in your way? Because we can't consider ourselves invincible at the cost of others. That is also not fair. That is not the right way to do it. Rather, embrace what they are, rub off your beliefs and help them to also become invisible, so that we can create companies, teams, groups, families that stand strong, irrespective what happens and what comes their way. So just to talk and embrace that a little more, get into a little bit more detail, is that understand if we live our life through that concept and belief that I'm invincible, we will reflect that onto other people through our connection with them. And out of the collective strength, we will then become invincible. That believes in inherent part of teams, organizations, whether it's sport teams or management teams, leadership teams, doesn't matter. That is what I need to and wish to do that. But to start with understanding our self-belief. So the importance of that in terms of, you can't consider yourself invincible if you don't trust that you are invincible, that you have what it takes. If you doubt that you've got the abilities, don't go there, because you will then end up not believing that you're capable of it, whilst you've only had one element of your invincibility that was challenged and you fell short of it. We are not perfect either. We might consider ourselves invincible. Sometimes the younger bulls will challenge the older bulls, and the older bulls will be pushed out, even though they considered themselves invincible, untouchable. So we must understand that can also happen. So trust your capabilities and your strengths unconditionally, which is also part of you unconditionally love yourself. Okay, because I can, because I say so, and because I believe so, I will achieve that. Okay, so if you're in that position and you trust yourself in terms of your invincibility, you will actively go out and seek opportunities and situations to align with your strengths. Successful people seem to just grow in success. Everything they touch turn into gold. Why? Because they believe in themselves and their abilities that they do. When they touch gold, touch everything that turns into gold. They believe that. So they have aligned themselves with their strength, and that therefore foster their sense of invincibility. And those companies withstand everything. They are really ready for change, for growth, for adaptation, whatever you want. So that is important that we understand that. And when we talk about teams in organizations or wherever, a friend of mine out there in Netherlands talk about 1 + 1 is 11. So that is the ability to see what others don't. I often talk about a beyonder. It's a person that can see and feel and believe what others see and walk away, that there's beyond that. Opportunities are plenty, growth. They can see that. They lead from a perspective. So when they see 1 + 1, they see 11 and not 2. Interesting concept just on the side. We talk about 1 + 1. My children often ask me why they were still courting. What do I say? What's my comment, observation about this relationship, about this partner? And you all know that you don't go that way. You'll never be right. They're looking for an affirmation or an excuse, but you will never be right. And my answer to them has always been, and I've got beautiful kids with beautiful spouses. I'm so proud of them, and grandchildren. I said to them, 1 + 1 must be more than 2. Then the two of you are growing together and on each other. So you're adding value, you're becoming more. But if this 1 + 1 is less than 2, I've got a problem, because one of you giving and you're losing. So that was my answer. And I think that was a fairly neutral answer. I said 1 + 1, is it more than 2 or less than 2? If it's just 2, also not good enough. You must take a partner for your future that will add to you, and you become stronger and stronger. So when I add to who I am and what I am, and when I add to my team or groups, I need to make certain I choose the right people to become more than just adding up the numbers that there. There's also a comment about genius. The guys were saying, if every one of us has 10% genius, and we add the 10 together around the team, we create a genius that knows everything. Because we contribute our 10, each of our 10, and we are 100% genius. So the strength in that is very important. But we can't just willy-nilly make up teams. We need to understand, like in sport, there's different positions on that field. So I will fill the team with a specialist in each of those positions. And if I do that properly, I will have a strong team of players, superb players in each of their positions. I cannot believe that every one of us can be a goalie, and there's 11 guys standing in the goals, and we are just protecting our goals from everybody else, but we never score any goals. understand the uniqueness that each bring to the team or to the group. And that can be established. Once again, one can talk about the whole brain thinking, about the preferences of people, left, right brain, whether you're L1 or L2 or an R1 or R2. Bring a team together so that they can think whole brain-wise in terms of their connection, and that will make them invincible. And invincibility can also come with your speed of making decisions. Because sometimes the spur of the moment you need to take action. If you don't do it now, it's too late. So understand collectively, to be invincible in teams and groups, we need to understand the uniqueness of the individual, of combining that uniquenesses in that team. And as I say, nothing can be a better example than sport, where we choose people to their strengths in that team, and that can make that team invincible. Might not be the best players individually, but will be the best team, because everybody contributes to their strength, and they believe that. They believe in their own invincibility, believe in their own strength. And everybody else appreciate them for their uniqueness. And we develop together to become better. And those teams normally achieve a hell of a lot. I have seen that, I've experienced with part of teams where we started understanding what make me tick. What is my thinking preference? What do I bring to the table? Wherein can I be trusted that if you ask me my opinion, it will be the best opinion at that moment around that whole table. Because I am the specialist in HR or in operations or in maintenance or marketing, whatever. Entrust that individual. That is a powerful statement I make. Get a whole brain team and you'll never look back. So we're much more capable, much stronger. Our potential is much more if we join hands and we share our beliefs, our strengths. Everybody knows us inside out, and we foster that and develop that in our teams. Just adding people to a team once one's dropped is also not that easy. We need to understand to bring people in there. Strength lies in self-belief. So what can I do as an invincible contributor? What transformative impact can I have on others through this collective invincibility? We must understand and appreciate that we are not on our own. We are not placed here just to be on our own. We need, and we are animals that prefer to be together, to share, to socialize, sometimes just empathize, but to be there. So share your strengths with your team. Share your strength in community, with your family. Where there are limiting beliefs, help them to understand 1 + 1 can be 11. It depends on how you look at this challenge. Okay. If we look at historical examples of people that came and went, unfortunately in many cases, leaders like Nelson Mandela that came through, became president of South Africa after being jailed for so many years. He could have been a bitter and twisted human being, but he came out there with just one goal, one purpose: to make a difference. And he not only made a difference to South Africa, he made a difference to the world. He was invincible as a leader, untouchable. And we need more of those. There are many of them in the world, and we've seen them. The world today is quite on its head. We need leadership. We need invincible leaders that believe in themselves, that are strong to walk ahead and amongst us through all the troubles. Let us be that in our organizations, in our families, in our friendship circles. But that starts with you shrugging off the feeling of invisible. Trust yourself in terms of your capabilities as a human being, self-belief, and start growing to become and stay stronger and stronger as an invincible contributor. I cannot add more to that statement when it comes to organizations. I so wish that organizations would understand that concept of 1 + 1 is 11. That every single person in the organization understands and believe in themselves and have to collect that they have the strength to, in the combined strength and organization, the collective strength of organization, to transform this organization into a powerhouse, to become invincible. But we don't necessarily always, as leaders, understand that. We manage our teams, and we hardly manage them effective as 1 + 1 = 11 contributors. No, as individuals. We must understand the strength and the power right through the organization. You wouldn't be paying the salary or the wage of the cleaner if you didn't invest in having a clean environment. So why don't you entrust that individual with their contribution and understanding how important they are in the organization? How invincible are they, in actual fact, in the greater view of the organization? I close off by saying, embrace your own strength, believe in yourself, contribute, and create a collectivity of invincible individuals around you. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on Facebook, or LinkedIn, or YouTube. Goodbye for now.